What is good, Moody?
What's up, bro?
How you doing, brother? I was here on a day, nice summer day. It's like 85 degrees here. Summer Percy's. I guess the big one. We had a road trip last week up to New York.
Yeah.
It was worth a while because the Knicks ended up winning their first NBA championship in 53 years, and we were there and live in person to celebrate it.
Yep. And a
Fun
bunch
road
of best
trip.
friends
Yeah,
for,
yeah.
4 hours.
We were in the center of Manhattan, a couple blocks away
Absolutely.
from MSG. Just
A block and a half. We
walked
can
in,
see it.
Yeah, walked into a random ass bar.
I was able to find it. I have to tell everybody at work this week too.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it.
It's like Winston's or like
or like Webster's or something like that. It was very short, but yeah, literally, like you stand outside, you can see the garden.
Yeah.
From in front of there, but boy, it was hellacious looking for a bathroom. Just anywhere. Like when I tell you, obviously, just putting down beer, and I went out twice to piss, or actually no, once to piss, the other ones just to smoke. But that time I had to pee, and I'm like, it's like that frat house piss. Like you really got to go, and I'm just like, damn, I circled went down the rest of, so I got 1 block closer, went like the full length, like depth wise, so the next street over, and then I was like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna fucking keep going.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I just turned back, and then on my turn back, I saw like a partial underground parking area, and then sure enough, the attendant sees me because I was about to piss in the corner, of the garage, and then he's like, "Yo," and I'm like, "Oh, I need to use the bathroom." All right, cool. But yeah, we was in there in the middle of the tornado. That was like the mob. Yeah,
it was fun. Yeah,
I got a great Where's Waldo picture of you.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That I took on top of
on
a street light.
Yeah. Yeah, it was packed.
Or crossing.
A lot of people having fun, celebrating as they should. We went around the chaos of like people tearing down buses and cab cars and whatnot. But yeah, everyone was friendly, jolly, no big issues, and yeah, just being in the epicenter of a championship celebration, that was really fun to be in. So, yeah. It took me a couple of days to recover for that.
No, absolutely. Because we walked 30 blocks. Like, I don't realize that.
Yeah, you don't realize it.
Because obviously we're high on the endorphins of drinking and obviously the mob chaos. Yeah. I don't think I really came to until maybe 50th.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's we're talking about the bodega and shit, or I don't know what we were talking about at that point in time. I know we was hungry.
Yeah. And a cheesesteak.
Yeah. What did you get again? You got a cheesesteak? Okay.
Cheesesteak.
Yeah, cheesesteak. I said cheesecake. But yeah. Yeah, and I got some California
panini.
Club
panini.
Yeah, that's right. Because he put the thick bacon on that joint too. I was like, all right, good. So yeah, that definitely hit. And I was like, damn, we really covered fucking 30, 35 motherfucking blocks. I mean, adding it all up, we definitely walked at least 50 blocks for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because we walked up and then walked back because they had closed the train.
All that stuff.
They had closed the train line that was closest to us, so we had to go to another we had to walk another 10 blocks, which we passed by Beezus.
Oh yeah.
On our way.
I literally dapped up Beezus.
That's all I was like, that's Beezus, and you're like, oh yeah, it is. And then you went.
I said, Beezus, my nigga. He said, oh my nigga. That was it. Literally just in passing.
Yeah, so yeah, we gotta do more of the spur of the moment joints like that, like them.
That's quick,
those quick trips. It was quick enough. It was 6 hours to get there because of traffic, but 4 hours to come back. But it was a fun trip. Fun trip. Anything else for Percy's?
America's great World Cup start, best World Cup start for us since 1930.
Already advancing to the round of 32.
We look good. So let's just
win
one knockout game, one game at a time, 0-0.
Yeah, so let's survive in advance. Survive in advance. Like I said, if they can make a VCU, George Mason type of a Final Four run, that would do wonders for the men's soccer program. But yeah, World Cup has been great. So, but other than that, we got a lot of wrestling to get into. A lot of not go home shows, but we're on the road to a lot of pop-up shows for next week. So let's start the show.
Doors opening. Step back to allow customers to exit.
Crowd is the homage to Hayes. For my tax. avenue of wrestling.
Follow us on the YouTube channel. Follow us on our socials. Like, subscribe. Follow everything.
Episode 102 of the Wrestling Rehab Podcast. I was going to look up like random facts regarding the number 102, but I forgot to do that. But we did say 102 Dalmatians.
No, I'm already
hold
just
that down.
on that.
Hold that down if we don't have anything else. But yeah, 102 episodes.
Yeah, and then just to keep in mind, I forget which pitcher it was because I'm a new Orioles fan trying to just learn not just Orioles players but players in general. But it was a pitcher from the Brewers that had a profile this week on ESPN that I watched for like 15 minutes just because.
Okay.
And young phenom, I guess, apparently. But they were talking about how much heat he has. And he was like, how fast do you think you can hit or whatever? Because I guess he's tied the record for fastest. And he's like, I can hit 105. And he was clocked 104.4 and like, in that clip they were showing or something. So he's like, he's got it in him. So those pitching numbers are also coming up. Like fastest pitch, I think is 104. Obviously at this point, and then I don't think nobody's hit 105. So
we'll see.
There you go. Yeah.
Records are meant to be broken, but
hopefully this week, so we don't gotta think about it. Maybe they can just get broken every week.
Yeah,
get up to 110, and then we can just have a month straight. Like we just got the easy, intro.
Yeah,
we got a new record this week.
A lot to get through on this week of wrestling. We had a lot of road to anniversary to NXT Great American Bash, Forbidden Door, Night of Champions, King of the Ring, and Queen of the Ring Champions finals are set. So, but yeah, I mean, let's just get into the flagship show, Monday Night Raw. What did you most enjoy from this show?
I enjoy just the Bloodline story the most.
Which part of the Bloodline storyline?
Well, there was the backbone. I enjoyed all of it. It was the backbone of the episode, but all the way from even though it was corny, I was like, are those fucking like acorns? Like, we started off with welcome to the family because he's felt like he's been the outcast the whole time. So it was a formal welcoming of Jacob into the NOI Fatu bloodline family. And formalizing it with a gift of a ulafala of his own, which I thought was acorns or walnuts or something. Obviously it's not, but I'm just like, what is that thing? And Jay tripping. So that's why I semi-cold this with the tug of war between Jacob and Jay. Because they're going in different paths to I guess please Roman or carry out his orders. But both are important. And Jay clearly has a problem with Jacob, still. So
I mean, Jay probably feels threatened that he might lose his second in command title to Jacob.
Yeah.
Especially getting Ulafala, welcoming back into the family. He seemed not pleased with what was happening in front of him.
He was the last one to put up the ones at the end of the segment.
Yep. Jacob attacking Eric Andre. That looked great as well. Because Eric Andre
for a new movie.
Was touching him and touching his Ulafala and whatnot, and Roman giving him the okay to hit 2 back-to-back splashes on Eric Andre. That was interesting. But yeah, I think a lot for me, it's more of the Jay aspect of it. Because I really I've been liking the confrontations that he's had with LA Knight the past few weeks. Continuing to boil over and this and that. He had a confrontation with both, spoiler alert, Solo on SmackDown, and then bumped into Sami as well on SmackDown and had a confrontation with that. I definitely do think the Jay aspect of him just kind of like a teapot just boiling and eventually about to blow is the most interesting aspect of the bloodline.
Yeah, even to go to that point, because also with this being the backbone, we get a segment with Jay and LA Knight out there in the ring, and LA Knight just having it out like he has been the last few weeks. Just, he fought the bloodline on SmackDown. Now he's on Raw. He got to fight the bloodline again. He's like, man, what the hell is this? And how he's never going to get a fair fight and all this stuff. But Jay needed him to acknowledge him, which I thought was a dope ass line from him personally. Since I beat you straight up. So I was like, yeah, that's real shit. And Jimmy trying to be the, as we know, the cooler big brother, like diffuse the situation, but it's like, nah, that shit ain't happening. But Jay decides to bring the chair in, and LA Knight gets the jump on him because he gets a hold of the chair. So yeah, I liked all of that, and I'm gonna twist the knife a little bit more with Jacob. Like, how much of it is like Roman? Like I said, with the Eric Andre segment, we didn't see Roman in that. Like, the camera was just on Jacob during that point in time.
I know it pointed to Roman to give him the head nod for him to go back up there and do another splash.
I know. I'm talking about initially. Yeah. Initially, when it first happened, it's not on Roman. So when he starts attacking Eric Andre, that's just Jacob.
Yeah.
So this is where I'm getting at with my twist of the knife theory. How much of that is, like you said, giving him the okay, right? But he's doing that in order to, I guess you would say, feed the beast, right? Because you don't want that thing turning on you.
Yeah.
So you felt that, in tribal combat, the Tongan death grip, and still your cousins had to help you. So, I mean, that's what I was just thinking. But yeah,
possibly,
like you said,
possibly, Roman's very manipulative, so I wouldn't be surprised. But I mean, it is
keep him preoccupied.
It is something about like, I basically can have my snap of my fingers, basically have you go off on anybody.
Yeah.
And you're under my thumb, not knowing that like you can't control this guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but he's like, I'd rather direct it that way. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was reading into it.
I thought this was a really good show overall. I really liked. I almost would put this as a primo, maybe the Charlotte Roxanne match. Charlotte advancing to the Queen of the Ring semifinals, having a match later in the week with Liv Morgan, which we'll get to. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Roxanne had won that. Then you get the Roxanne and Liv aspect of it. But obviously, Judgment Day shenanigans prevail throughout most of their matches. But Charlotte was able to squeak it out and get the win. Get the 1-2-3. That was entertaining. Some people were saying Roxanne was probably the better performer in the ring just that night. Obviously Charlotte, but I mean, obviously Roxanne, she's kind of like in this kind of limbo area because it's like you're teasing stuff with Liv, but Liv is preoccupied with something else. Like, again, I'm curious to see how it plays out, especially with Liv not being at your other one that you had higher. Io getting the win over Raquel. Liv was not ringside for that match.
Yeah. Exactly. And I was gonna bring that up because, like you said, teasing the Roxanne stuff. I'm like, well, the original tease was Raquel. So how much of that feeds into like you weren't there for me, sister?
Is that the original tease, or is that something I've just been talking about?
Well, that's what you've been saying. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Most of
that's what you've been saying.
Most of what we've seen on TV is regarding Roxanne.
Recently, yeah. But
I think it's ever since Liv has come back. I think it's ever since Liv has come back.
Well, yeah, remember because when we left, like Liv got injured, they were in a rocky place, her and Roxanne. So I think they were doing some like character work to like make up of like, oh yeah, we're good, like when she first came back. But her and Raquel was always locked in, and previous to that, we were getting some like not standoff. We weren't getting like lingering shots. That's all. We were getting lingering shots of Raquel, after segments. So, and I remember, yes, you brought that up as a theory that we could be going from there. So maybe that. The gas could be just turned down on that one. But either way, one of those girls, I mean, it sort of has been teased. The last one I had up here for the mid was another, not the final, but semifinal. Dominic versus Oba. Oba getting the W. Pretty obvious. I thought the standout of this was just more so the Oba promo afterwards.
It was a good promo, but that's why I named this title of this episode Anything is Possible, because it seems like Oba's supposed to win this match, to win the King of the Ring. But you calling out Brock Lesnar and saying, like, I'm surprised you weren't here tonight to cost me my match. And just, you're egging the guy on to cost you the match at King of the Ring.
Yeah, if he doesn't, well, yeah, we were already foreshadowing this where I was like, this is the earliest he would do it. Yeah. But we was like, all right, he's not going to show up on Raw, right? So
it's either a couple weeks ago.
Exactly. Well, true, but run it back, you could. But yeah, this would be the soonest he would have done it, to be like, oh, okay, now you didn't win King of the Ring, so you're not getting your shot. But if we're gonna have an Oba versus, who's in the final? Jay, yeah, Oba Jay. I mean, Bloodline is there. Sure, we're not making predictions right now, but even if Bloodline is not there, we can call this clean, and then Brock show up, and at the very end.
I hope Oba wins it, and again, you get.
Like you said, I'm going into that.
You get a night one Oba versus Brock, him putting his number one contendership on the line
versus the career,
and then the next night is the championship match against whoever he's facing, Cody or Roman. But, I don't know. I'm like, again, you can also have the storyline of Jay winning Night of Champions and King of the Ring, and then having his selection of whether to go after Cody like Roman wants him to, or possibly Sami, or maybe Gunther, or going after Roman because he feels slighted by his tribal chief and he's losing attention to Jacob. Anything is possible. I'm at 50-50. I need to see how it plays out next week on the possible, final words before their match. But right now, I would not be surprised if Jay ended up winning this because of Brock Lesnar interference. I feel like Oba would be able to take out the bloodline, at least Jimmy. I don't know what we do with Jacob, but like Oba somehow, you show the dominance of Oba, but then all of a sudden it's just too much because you hear Brock Lesnar's music.
Yeah, and F5 hits.
Then,
I mean, the ref is knocked down at this point. We're talking about the bloodline. So it's like, whatever's happening right now. So,
but that's how I have it right now. I think Jay might pull the upset. But
no. You swerving on your booking already?
It's Roman. That's the
I get it.
Storyline.
I get it.
Oba's gonna get his, but you got Oba and Brock at SummerSlam. Fine, cool. Like you don't need him to win. If you really want to put him over, you give him that one at night 2. I would love that. But Oba and Brock,
that's how you would make
it's the main event for Saturday. If you're gonna get Roman and Jay, for the world title.
Have we had somebody like sweep like King of the Ring and Royal Rumble? I'm sure somebody's done that in the same year.
I don't think so.
Because, I mean, obviously, if he loses or he just doesn't get his shot at SummerSlam, then obviously it's a christening at Mania, right?
Yeah.
So, and then you can just have the storyline of Oba fighting the bloodline, because maybe it is just, like you said, straight up bloodline interference at first. I took care of the Brock Lesnar problem. Let me focus on, Roman.
I got a week. My shit's not confirmed, but I would love to go back to my original booking. And I still have that in my heart that's what I want, of Oba headlining both night 1 and 2 of SummerSlam. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But right now, I don't like the fact that he called out Brock, because it just feels like Brock is going to appear.
Yeah, he's definitely going to appear. So it's just whether it's before or after he wins King of the Ring. So.
I have one more mid I want to add, and it's mostly because Braun Breaker just makes this look great. But the Javon Evans, Austin Theory match, and then that ended up in a DQ. And Javon he was going up for his finished
OG cutter.
But then as he's turning around, gets speared by Braun Breaker
in the air.
Great. And they end up jumping him. You eventually get some backup with the Street Profits. Seth didn't come out, so
no, just the Street Profits.
I mean, Braun Breaker just looks great whenever he just kind of comes out of nowhere and hits that and goes like do all that shit. Like he really plays unhinged. Really well. So that I'd give that a mid.
My last two that I had up here, one of the, I guess it leads into the other one I previously said. I should have started off with that, because prior to, Oba and Dominic, we get a Liv Morgan segment, like trying to seduce, like I guess like Danhausen. She was wearing his merch and stuff, and he's making his demands. And he's like, Oba Femi, that's a lot. He's like, I need human monies. I need a music video. I need a song about me, and I forget what else, but that didn't happen.
Eventually just
she's like, that ain't happening. But I mean, if you believe in so much of kayfabe and you're a huge Dominic fan, then you should have known right then that Dominic was gonna win.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, the match started at 10:28, and yes, they have the opportunity to go to 11 o'clock, but that's like, this is a Dominic Obafemi match. It's not going to run you 30 minutes and however many commercial breaks.
I didn't put it up here, but last shake slowed the momentum somewhat. Chad got the win over Gunther with a tap out with the ankle lock, and jumped with this temporary alliance where we still have of Ethan Page and Rusev. I said Gunther. I meant Rusev. But getting some backup from the Luchadors again. So let's keep them top of mind.
We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully so.
Apparently, internally, there's a lot of people that are wanting Chad Gable to get a major push.
Yeah.
So obviously, I mean, you showed that you can put on one of the top storylines of the year. So it's like, wouldn't I be surprised if he gets his moment?
And it's funny because like it's rare people even get that moment that he had at AAA. Like if it's in WWE or wherever, if you're in wrestling, to have people follow you like that, like emotion, all that good shit, let alone just like the story and all the crazy shit that went along in the match. Like so he's already had one, but yes, I would say it's like they sent him on a temporary study overseas.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, he knocked that shit out of the park. He's got to get something. Yeah, that was Raw. On to the Bodega NXT.
You're much higher on this. I think this is a pretty mid show.
Yeah. The thing I enjoyed the most was the Naruku and Tony D sit down vignette of Tony D just being like, hey, yeah, you can change your name and stuff, but I know exactly who you are. You know what I mean? And like, Naruto's been leaning on his like evil, like that was his name, but that's like the word that he's saying now. That's like his catchphrase. So, I think if anything, I know I'm more familiar with New Japan. I think Tony D would like bring up like his what's this stipulate? It's like House of Horror. It's not House of Horror. I can't remember like the exact name of it, but it's a thing that Naruku does that he's like leading him into this trap basically of this match stipulation that I think he's doing, but I wish I could remember that right now. But
it's just early. Like that's my thing. Like
it wouldn't be.
It's like there hasn't been enough build for a lot of these matches at Great American Bash because like people just got here and like so it's like and Tony just won the title. It's like is he really gonna lose it? Doubt it.
Yeah, no. And
it feels like the first of a trilogy.
Yeah, for sure. House of Torture. That's right. That's what he calls it.
Okay.
I think that's like I don't even think it's a stipulation. It's like kind of like when he says that's his strong style. Like like Mark Henry would say, "Welcome to the Hall of Pain."
Yeah.
It's the House of Torture that he puts you in. Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed that segment and like the menacing. There's a lot of meat on it. Obviously, he just got here. Yeah. So no, he's not losing the title, but he's a major contender, and they care about his character enough.
Showed up. Would you power rank him one over like Mason Rooks and Cam Hendricks?
Yes, he's definitely number one. I have Rooks 2. I mean, they were the ones that fought for the for the contendership, so that's 1 and 2, obviously. And then I guess Cam Hendricks. I mean, that's a good segue, but he got his. Or no, that wasn't Cam Hendricks. That was Tavion Heights. Yeah. Cam Hendricks is the one that was just jumping.
Confusing light skin blacks.
Exactly. Yep. You're giving me light skin blacks with braids, and I'm like, oh, okay. Or a mini fro also, but he's third. But also number one contendership, since we're talking about contenders, Tavion Heights won the number one contendership for the North American title by beating Jackson Drake.
Yeah, with some unofficial, like I guess he was assisted.
Unofficially assisted.
Miles Bourne.
He made it even.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't touch the competitor at all. He just stopped the interference. So white meat babyface thing to do. I'm like, oh no, I want a fair match, whatever. So
do you think he finally wins it, or is this just a bit bigger like confirmation of a heel turn? Like he ends up losing and like Miles Bourne tries to, like, hey bro, like put on a great match, and then he ends up just like bow.
Interesting. So I haven't considered a heel turn.
He pulled his hand away as like he was like, holding his hand up.
He's working heel, you're right.
And then he was like, I don't need your help. And so it's like he's shown more of a, it's my time, Triple H kind of, attitude, but I guess you could say it's like kind of like Sami in a sense, but Sami's clearly a little bit more, especially after the events of this week, way more like leaning into the heelness of it. But I don't know, it's kind of similar. Where they're justified heels.
Yeah. Is Tavion a justified heel?
Justified in the sense that like I'm not trying to.
Has he been wronged by Miles?
He hasn't been wrong, but he understands that like I can't just like be happy-go-lucky guy coming out. I need to like call out my shots and take the opportunities when I can get them.
Yeah.
And I can't have anything cloud the reasoning of why I'm in this position I am. Like I worked my ass off to get to this point. And it's like, yeah, okay. Now, do I feel that way compared to like someone like Sami? But obviously, Sami has way more equity.
Yeah.
Built into his 20-year career, 30, 25 year career that like than Tavion Heights. But I'm like, okay, yeah, like I get what you're doing, and it's like, yeah, man, like you got yourself out of
NQCC,
not NQ, NQCC. I was about to say Ren QCC. You've been on the singles run for a little bit after that, but you were that
trying to find his footing. Yeah, that's what he's been
now
doing.
It's like I now know what I need to do.
Yeah.
It's just a mindset shift. And it's like, are you going to agree with it? No. Is he wrong if he ends up getting the outcome? Especially in a clean manner.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that's probably not how they're going to book him. But if he ends up winning it with an attitude, it's like, yeah, and he's still playing more heelish.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hate the guy? As far as like, or can you disagree with the guy that it's like, he took the wrong path?
I don't disagree with his motivations.
He took the wrong path to get to where he wanted to ultimately be.
Sure, up until this point, he hasn't held gold. So, yeah, I mean, that's his goal. Then, yeah, you need to change something about yourself. I don't got a problem with that.
Yeah. So, but I agree with you. But let's see. I mean, I'm curious to see how it plays out at Great American Bash.
My other primo that I had was actually Natty getting the win over Jada Parker.
Okay.
Because of as short as the story has been, I do like this is the most we've gotten to see, low-key legend Natty. And her lift these, younger women up, and not just like by beating them to death, like with Maxine
Lyons and what was that, Carmen Petrovic?
Yeah, but
which we haven't seen in a while, but apparently she was in
Evolve. She's been involved. But actually having a story with Jada and being like, you're not as tough as you think you are, And I've been doing this shit, so it's
maybe she might get a Moxley storyline of her own.
Yeah, so I really
Natty basically is a Death Rider's equivalent.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah.
I'm not saying she is.
Yeah.
Possibly that could be a direction they go.
Yeah. I was just thinking.
So to your point, you brought up, it's like, it's Jada less than Maxine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you were to put her in that,
I was like, fair point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a weird, historical, dynamic if you think about it.
But yeah, I like that. Her dragging her into the deep water and making her tap. It's like that's a definitive. There's no more definitive win than a submission.
I hope it does get into like I was projecting, possibly a grudge match where you have Jada Parker versus Natty, for basically saying like if Jada loses, she has to join Natty's crew and be mentored by Natty into being like the ultimate badass, like to reach her full potential.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Natty would give up, but yeah, whatever it may be. But I think that would be an interesting storyline as far as like I don't know what behind the scenes Jada would be gaining from Natty. Obviously, Natty can give so much, but I can't call out specifically.
Yeah. What material and kayfabe she can give her.
Yeah, but it'd be interesting to see. But I'm a Natty fan. I don't want her to just be like, I don't want her to be the trainer, even though that's effectively what she is. But
it felt like more than that in this. That's why I had it at Primo, because that's all we've been seeing is that. Oh yeah, I've changed my character, and
I guess if Jada wants to be a champion, who's better to learn? I guess from Natty. At least she was champion at least one time, right?
Yeah, she was Divas champion before.
Okay, but she hasn't held.
It's been for no.
Yeah. She's held a tag team title, but probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she hasn't won singles gold forever.
But I really wanted to put the Zario promo in Primo. I'll say that I will give everything that Zarya gave up as a promo. I would put as a Primo, but soon as the typical trope,
the second Kaylani came out,
and it's not anything Kalani or Kendall or Lola. It's more of the trope.
Yeah,
that I'm putting in Reggie.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like that. Zaire was cutting a great promo. You should have just let her wrap it up.
Yeah,
and then have it back. And if you wanted to have this conversation that she had with Kalani, Lola, and Kendall, have her have that in the backstage as a backstage segment. But everything Zaire was saying was legit. It was dope. It was one of the best talking as far as the women that is available on the roster right now.
She is the best talker on NXT. On the NXT roster?
Across men and women, or just
I'm saying for the women, she's the best talker.
Okay. Yeah, I will still give everything that Zarya cut before the typical trope of people interrupting is a primo. Then the interrupting, no offense to any of the women, it's more of just the trope being exhausted is a Reggie.
Mm-hmm. I ain't got no more to add to that, honestly.
But you have the match as a mid.
Well, that's the whole set because I'm throwing the segment in there.
Okay.
Also, like you said, it's a pre. I'm bringing it down to an average.
Okay.
But yeah, you said everything I was gonna say. And also she shouldn't have taken the loss. I guess that's the last thing I'd say.
Yeah.
Because yes, you were pinned by the NXT champion. And I guess that's the cleanest finish because those are the other two contenders going into the match, right? Or we assume this is about to be a triple threat. So I get it, but even still, this is your newly minted champion, who is the best talker, as I just said, and you agree with. It's just dumb. Like those two things don't go together.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I had up here was the speed tournament advancing. We got Izzy Dame beating Thea Hale, who I was missing, and Ariana Grace beat Layla. I forget what her name.
Layla Diggs.
Diggs, that's right.
Yeah.
In the speed tournament. So somebody's coming for Ren's title. That's Ren's title. Yeah.
Yep. So
all right,
that's NXT. The Bodega again. I think decent show, but again, I guess I have to give NXT a bit of leeway just for the fact that like they're still trying to establish a lot of the young talent and whatnot. And so again, I'm not expecting much from Great American Bash outside of maybe I think Lola might lose her title to Kendall, and maybe you might get Lola getting called up to the main roster, similar to. We have Tatum Paxley getting her rematch against Zarya at Great American Bash as well. And apparently, like I said, mentioned last week, she kind of gave her farewell goodbyes to the NXT crowd after the show was over. That maybe this is her send off.
Tatum.
Yeah, Tatum. Yeah. This is probably going to be her send off match as far as Great American Bash rematch against Zarya, but. Better. It's good, not memorable. It's a better show. But it worked itself into building up to Great American Bash. Let's head over to Dynamite, the coffee shop. Another good show. I have a spoiler for Collision though that I want to start off with. Well, let's start off with your primo, which was Mercedes, because this ties into my other, which I guess I would put as a primo, even though I haven't seen the match yet. Mercedes getting the win against Hazuki.
Yeah.
And the Owen Hart Cup semifinals, setting her in the finals.
Great in ring. This is that American Joshi show. I mean, Athena's the American Joshi, but we know Mercedes has plenty of time over in Japan too. So
yeah,
that's seamless. Best wrestling on the card. Even with obvious Mercedes winning, it's like, all right, this was dope. And she hit the Benoit like wrenching you into the bank statement. This is one of the
cases where I agree with you.
Like, busted open hard way. This was not booked, but
there's matches that we talk about a lot that they're predictable outcomes. Like, there's no way this person is going to lose this match, but you can't knock the wrestling aspect of it, where it's like, damn, like it was still top shelf. It was not top shelf, but it was still primo as a match.
Yeah,
that you have to give it props, even though typically you would rate this as a mid because you knew that Mercedes was going to win it. I would agree with you on that, but I would also put it as a primo, which again I haven't seen, but again, anything is possible. On Collision, which I found out accidentally because I thought I was reading Dynamite spoilers, which I already read, but I thought it was like a post-dated Reddit thread. On Collision, we have Maya World versus Athena in the Owen Hart Cup semifinal match, and rumor has it Maya World pulls off the upset against Athena and is set to face Mercedes Moné for the Owen Hart Cup finals. Again, Maya World was not even supposed to be in this tournament. She got put in because Sarray was unable to compete. Yeah, and she was her replacement. Ends up getting a win last week, pulling up an upset against Ring of Honor champion Athena. Now you're facing Mercedes. Can she do it?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But yeah, no, that's a crazy W for her. Probably biggest win of her career. If anything, it just sets her up for a Ring of Honor title shot, which she's not going to win.
You never know. Hey, you never know.
I mean, right now, it's a forever champion, dog. I know right now.
Hey.
I know right now.
Hey.
because obviously Athena's not unbeatable. She's just
She
she's
lost,
just super
yeah,
dominant. So it's like anytime she loses,
she lost to Tony and she lost to
Mercedes. That's it. Yeah, on AEW, but she's indestructible on Ring of Honor. But no, that's huge for her. Absolutely. Just hope it's
I'd put that as a primo just
her.
for like the surprise. Like I'm like, yo, that's crazy. And like again, you never know. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Oba could possibly lose. Maya World could possibly win.
No, Oba losing is more likely than Maya World winning. But yeah, the other primo I had up here.
I agree with you as well.
Brodito getting a win over the Death Riders.
Another surprise I would consider that again, Brodito, reputable tag team champions, all that. They put on great matches all the time. But Death Riders specifically with Moxley in the match, maybe it might be if it was Claudio. No disrespect to Daniel Garcia, but like if it was Claudio and Pac, I think it's either the fact that Moxley was in this match and they lost.
Yeah.
That's kind of a surprise to me.
Mm-hmm. No, but the match was great.
The match was great.
Yeah,
the match was great.
The Marina Shafir and Brody King jarring back and forth with each other was funny.
Yeah.
After she was like getting physical with him, she got real physical in this match. Like, who was it? It was, Daniel Garcia that goes for the suplex first. And then he gets pulled down, and then
Marina comes in and
pulls him down. Yeah. Or no, it's Moxley. Yeah, he was about to suplex Moxley, and then she pulls him down. And then he hits Moxley, knocks him out the way. She's about to pull him up, and then Bandito deadlifts her into a suplex. So like, great stuff. But yeah, we get a 21 plex stacked up Daniel Garcia for the win.
Weird camera work from AEW on that because at the same time, Brody King was doing a suicide dive.
They stayed on the suicide dive.
While Bandito was going for the 21 plex. And you kind of missed the end of the match because you don't ever see the 21 plex get hit. You just see the pinfall happen afterwards, and it was 1, 2, 3. So I was like, I didn't agree with the camera decision on that match, but still, regardless, great match. Even if they had lost, it still would have been a primo.
Yeah.
So the fact that they even won again just elevates the primo-ness of it. So really enjoyed that. I kind of want to put Swerve and Ospreay as a primo.
Really? Okay.
I think it ran a little long, which is why I'd like knock it down to mid. But and it's mostly the Swerve and Ospreay aspect of it. I haven't watched the part prior that was catching Ospreay some heat online.
Yeah, I can see it either.
But I thought there were some interesting points. And again, it's a real toss-up. It didn't give me any kind of decision-making as far as like who's going to win this and end up at All In. Because right now, if you tell me like that, I guess, quote-unquote, sob story Ospreay gives about, wanting to get his final goal
in front of his home crowd
in Wembley and this, that, and the
and it's like, bro, we've heard this. So that was my thought.
I would love to see that as too, but I'm like, you got to, again, the only way I feel like you're beating Swerve is you got to do some heel shit to beat Swerve.
Especially him mentioning that he hasn't beat him in 10 years since they've known him. Or since they've known each other. Every time they've wrestled, Swerve has won. So he ain't got no reason to fear him. But
if he's desperate, he's got to do what he's got to do. And Moxley would approve of it.
Well, yeah, of course. And then not to mention also, like, him mentioning that, like, he's still the same guy and he hasn't changed and stuff. And, like, I forget what he said. Oh, yeah, he said he had a fragile neck. And that's what, that was a closed fist punch he gave Swerve, too.
Yeah.
You activate Swerve, he grabs the chain, and then, the Death Riders come out to back him up. And I think Swerve definitely hit the nail on the head. He's like, no, you're wrong. You have changed. Because it's like I think what we're seeing is like clearly the slow, manipulation of, Ospreay into a heel, even though he doesn't see it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He doesn't realize what's happening in front of him, because he's already
again, the Death Riders are kind of like the Bloodline, where it's like kind of like them, but it's like from a kayfabe perspective, like. No, like
that's what's
they're heels.
What's so great about this story, I think, is also, we were calling it pre-bows while it was happening, but when we were getting them backstage, like the training regiments and like, because we're seeing the internal,
like, I'm not cleared, my neck's not cleared, and him still having to kind of go through like,
that and Moxley like coaching him up for those weeks, like those segments specifically, like those 2-3 that we get of those. and saying how he's got everything, because it's like, yeah, as a coach, like Moxley is like, he puts the battery in your back, but like, I guess you would say it's a negative energy, you know, he's giving you, you know, a heel energy that I really like, because even when the Death Riders came out, Ospreay didn't flinch. He was like still focused on Swerve, you know, like about to take his head off. So very much very interesting. But I had it in mid because it was just a retrack. I saw it mostly as a retreading exposition, and then they just added a little bit more.
Yeah,
you know, basically for the most.
Where do you have it though? Is it as 50-50 for you, like, or like?
No, I have Will winning.
Will winning.
Yeah, pretty
confidently.
Like,
are you confident in that?
Yeah. And then long term, I mean, I will say, no bullshit, AEW is better at like legit long term booking. It might not feel that way, but like the only time we've got, you know, Swerve and Ospreay 1-on-1 is when he came for the title, like you said, in 2024, and he beat him, because that at that point in time we were like, he's the best bout machine and he's on a rocket ship. Like he could beat Swerve right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? But he just wasn't there yet, you know, in storyline. And since he already got that one W, then it's like time to even it up. You know what I'm saying? So,
there's also a lot of talk about Hangman in this promo.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, is Hangman going to come in? And if he comes in, who is he costing this match? Does he agree with Will? Or it's like, yeah, you came in after the fact, bro. Like, you wasn't initially set to help me.
Yeah, that's not what I came in. Or is he going
to come out and take Will?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like an Ospreay, and I would not
be surprised
if there was a Hangman interference.
I think him and Swerve are square, like right now, because that was like the button on that relationship where it's the mutual respect for how destructive each one is, and that was buttoned up with Hangman winning the title.
Yeah.
But yeah, because we didn't get no interaction with Hangman and Swerve as him as the champion at all. So during that time.
But that was
not yet.
Interesting as well. Because I have it. I can understand you having it as a mid. I'm probably on the other side of the line. Like we're probably saying, like we're standing at the line of mid and primo. I have no disagreement with you putting it as a mid.
Speaking of our world champion in AEW, we had Team MJF get the win over Team Briscoe, being
and we had the announcement of those teams. Yeah, we were surprised of Team MJF. Because like initially we thought it was going to be, what was the faction that he was with last week?
Ooh, not the Dogs.
No, it was a faction that's usually on Collision. I'm blanking on their name, but we thought it was going to be.
Oh no, he hired because it's Jay Lethal's new.
Yeah,
faction.
Jay Lethal's. We thought it was going to be Jay Lethal was two guys and however many other people he's going to have, but no, he's got a formidable squad. He teamed up with Don Callis family.
Yep.
Got himself Kyle Fletcher, Kevin Knight, Kazuchika Okada, Jack Doyle, and not wanting to join the match, Trent Beretta thought he was going to be called up for whatever goddamn fucking reason. Like,
I think that was just character work from Trent Beretta.
Delusional. He was delusional as hell to think that he would be even considered for this match. But no, we got Andrade, who was very like, why am I in this match? I don't want to be in this match. And then
Andrade, he still owed a title match at this point in time. And he's just been put on the back burner. So I like the character work from, like, you know, Don Callis is just a piece of shit manager. He's just like mucho dinero, you know, hombre. And
I speak English, man.
Yeah, exactly. And MJF hands him the case of money, and he just starts handing out stacks to the guys.
But that is Team MJF versus, I guess, the expected, mostly conglomeration.
Yeah.
Kyle O'Reilly, Roddy Strong, Orange Cassidy, Takeshita,
Darby
Allin.
Yep.
And they had a match, and
Party
Team
match.
Briscoe lost.
Yep.
But
MJF tapped out Roddy.
I'm more concerned about how you're going to fit 12 people in this 12x12 cage.
Yeah, where I said I think it's maybe a Hell in a Cell situation with just a little bit more of an expansion, like on the side, or like you know how it looks on like you said before when they do the double ring.
Yeah,
and you have that median,
but they're not doing a double ring.
They're not. So it's either
not War Games here.
Yeah, it's either that or it's a Hell in a Cell situation. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah. So I don't know how they're gonna make this look pleasant. But
yeah, you're right.
It should
with 12 guys inside of the cage.
It should be an entertaining match to see. But
Man, my favorite match stipulation on No Mercy playing the game back in the day was that Armageddon Hell in a Cell. The one time they did 6 guys.
Yeah.
I used to always just play that. 6 guys in Hell in a Cell. Fuck it.
We haven't done much of that.
Maximum destruction.
That is mostly it for me. I believe.
Yeah, that's
going through the card for Dynamite.
Very short.
To see if I found anything. But yeah, that was a Reggie. I didn't know you had a Reggie for this, but that was a Reggie for you.
Mm-hmm.
That we only have 4 matches, and you say, "What is this, Velocity?"
Yeah, exactly. Like, this felt like, I mean, it was potent, but it's nothing in the sense that it's like, oh yeah, there is no, like, I guess because everybody, like, so much of the mid card was obviously tied up in the MJF and Briscoe match, where it's like we don't get no, like, we got a runoff with the TNT title, and Darby Allin, or Kevin Knight and Darby Allin running off in the middle of the match. We're obviously continuing that feud. What surprised me with the team, honestly, I guess last note on this was the fact that it wasn't Jake Doyle and I forget homie's name, the one that broke Mark Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because remember when those two, they were only together for 2 weeks, and then Jack Doyle tore his tricep, and now that he's back, I'm like, oh, that's a great tag team. Just have them as the permanent tag team inside the Don Callis family. So I was somewhat surprised by that, but still, yeah, that was my last notes. That was my last note.
It still was a great show. With 4 matches, still a great show. Like, I really enjoyed this. Again, I thought this was a great week of wrestling that we've done so far. I can't think even NXT is probably on the bottom of the tier out of the 4 if we had to power rank it, but that's relative to like Raw, Dynamite, and we'll get to SmackDown, which I thought was also another good show.
Yep.
A really good week of wrestling. Mm-hmm. But before we get to SmackDown, let's head over to the gallery for the Book of Wrestling. 2 items in the gallery of the Book of Wrestling. Which one do you want to take over?
I'm going to take the more recent one. June 18th, 2011. Jefferson Jarrett is the Jeff Teague of wrestling. I just said this as I was, saw this. This was AAA Mania 2011, or AAA Mania 19, exactly. Took place in Palacio del Deportes in Mexico City, Mexico. Los Perros del Mal, Damien 666, Halloween, and X-Fly defeated Los Psycho Circus, Monster Clown, Murder Clown, and Psycho Clown in Extreme Rules match to become the AAA inaugural Trios champions. And Jeff Jarrett defeated El Zorro to take the AAA Mega Championship. And in the main event, Dr. Wagner Jr. defeated Rob Van Dam to become the first AAA Latin American champion. So it's just like, man, Jeff Jarrett is just everywhere in the wrestling world. Like you take a microscope to wrestling and you're like, what the fuck? This man is everywhere and did everything. Like, seriously,
everything, bro.
I
wonder, is Jefferson really?
Nah, it was just me being
I was like, that makes sense. So, like, if Jeff is actually just short for Jefferson, I was like, wouldn't I be surprised?
I was like, Jefferson Jarrett? That's what I was like. You talking about that one?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was like. When I read it, I was like, what?
I was like, for me, I was like, Jefferson Jarrett? I don't know Jefferson Jarrett. I was like, bro, is that a new Jarrett?
Yeah.
Other one in the gallery that we have, June 17th, 2001, another Fever Green. On an episode of Monday Night Raw in Tampa, Florida, a masked man came out riding a motorbike to The Undertaker's music. Getting into the ring, Jim Ross on the commentary said that this must be the human that's been stalking The Undertaker's wife. Taking off his mask in the ring, it revealed himself to be a debuting DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, who got a huge ovation from the crowd. Yeah, I remember this. Do you not remember this?
Yeah, no, I do remember.
Okay, I was about to say, I remember this.
I'm just saying, in the moment, that's why I said it's a fever dream. Like,
yeah, I mean,
he was one of the few
exciting
WC
to
guys
see like Diamond Dallas Page, DDP, my guy, helped me get in shape in life, in real life, using the DDP yoga. Actually use it, people. Yeah, I was hyped to see DDP be in the WWE, but the outcome of this storyline, and even just the premise of the storyline,
it was like
didn't work then, and it still doesn't work now.
Right.
It's disappointing
He's
because
been stalking her.
DDP should have had a better WWE run than
Yeah, absolutely.
This being his introduction, and even if this was his introduction, you never was able to capitalize on the DDP character afterwards. But yeah, I mean, DDP's a legend, Hall of Famer. Shout out to DDP.
Yeah.
DDP Yoga.
One of the shining stars of the invasion, even though it crashed and burned as a storyline.
Yeah.
But yeah, love him. And that was the gallery.
That is the gallery. That is the book of wrestling. Let's get into the last wrestling show of the week. Boutique. SmackDown, which I really liked.
Top shelf. This was AEW level wrestling.
Okay, that's a big word.
So that's the scale. Once again, as you know, I say when
I don't know if I put
it
in this top shelf, but let me hear you defend it.
Just in the wrestling. That's what I was pointing. Because I was gonna say immediately I thought, is this one of the best episodes of SmackDown generally? But then I was like, no, I'm not gonna say that because it's not as much storyline heavy as it is. I'm appreciating the in-ring action.
I mean, it's storyline heavy as far as the main title is concerned.
Yeah, sure. But that wasn't what had me like, oh, I'm so worried about it. You know, It was actually the wrestling, even though we were like watching Pop the Balloon like we usually are and shit like that. But even with the only thing that I had to like separate it out of separation was Ricky and Carmelo. Because as I said, when I put it in top shelf like this, it's scaled up. So
you're itemizing it.
Yeah, exactly. So Ricky and Carmelo was fucking phenomenal. Once again, like Carmelo's once again
a little bit of a surprise for me, but the way they did it with the turnbuckle being unbuckled and Carmelo 2-time getting hit with the belt with the corner of the middle exposed corner of that turnbuckle and losing the match makes sense and kind of protected him. So it's like you're eventually gonna get Carmelo and Trick. I feel like I don't think Ricky's gonna win this, but you never know. Anything's possible.
But Ricky.
I like that Ricky got the win in this.
This was one of those where it's like, I forget who.
I agree with you. I put it as a primo.
Yeah, who is Carmelo's best of 7 series against?
That was Andrade.
It was Andrade. But that series was fucking sick. When it's just like watching this, it's like, oh yeah, you could have done maybe not 7, but best of 5 or whatever you want to call it.
Can do that literally.
Exactly.
Like, he's that damn good.
He's like, hey, worker for the year. I mean, did I put? Oh yeah, I'm nominated for that. Men's worker of the year. Yeah, for sure. He's up there. And then King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring finals are set now. Because with the main event, we had Liv beating Charlotte.
No, the main event was Jay getting.
Oh yeah, that was. Yeah, you're right. Hey, see, once again, it felt like the main event as I'm watching.
Jay getting the win over Javon, I think, is predictable. Just the fact that like Jay has had the mission sent down from Roman to win King of the Ring,
and bring glory
now
to the
that
family,
you have King of the Ring, Jay versus Oba calling out Brock again. I go back. I can't not believe that Jay would not win this. Because of shenanigans.
Yeah, because of numbers game.
He's not beating Oba clean.
No, definitely
not. Not going to be a clean match.
Definitely not. But that was still great though. This was a clean match though between these two.
Clean as you can get because I mentioned this while we were watching it. Charlotte, if she didn't get jumped by the baddies prior to the match starting and coming in nursing a knee injury, I'm the one that has the knee that has the brace. Is Charlotte losing this match? Even if the baddie, I asked you this, even if Charlotte was in that match, the baddies had interfered during the match, is Charlotte losing to Liv? Even though Liv is women's world heavyweight.
I would say yes, just due to the stock being up on Liv's stats due to being champion.
Okay.
That's why I remember I said last week that they should make a bigger deal that she's in the tournament. Yeah. She's the champion. Like, this should be holy shit. Like, if she wins the tournament, she don't got to defend at SummerSlam. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it would just be her reiterating that, like, I'm tired of Rhea Ripley. I want to take everything from you. I'm still on that mission.
Or that,
I'm still on that mission. Like, I took Dominic. I mean, anything you got, I want.
Yeah. Or
forever. In perpetuity. I want. Forever. And I guess it would nice be for her to establish that, but like now that you've won this match, you could say that on Friday. You could say that on Monday. We haven't seen Rhea, honestly, because I think she's hurt. But I think they did the smart route as far as like saying that Charlotte was coming into this match, even though it happened 5 minutes before the match. you did a good job of making her protecting her as far as like this is still Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
Like as great as Liv Morgan is, and I believe Liv Morgan probably beat Charlotte Flair clean.
Mm-hmm.
Even clean, not even as a heel, like clean.
Yeah.
That's still happening maybe like 4 out of 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still giving the edge to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even 50-50. It's
sure.
40-60.
That's fine.
Charlotte is usually winning.
I wouldn't disagree with you. Like, because in between the ropes, I would say, yeah, because Charlotte is the queen. She is 14-time champion. Like,
and again, only person... if Charlotte wasn't coming in nursing a knee injury and that match had interference as it would typically would have, it goes from 40-60 to 50-50. But the fact that she came in nursing a knee injury, it automatically flips it 60-40 Liv.
Yeah.
So,
but the thing I really liked about it was that they went even then the non-conventional WWE or like the AEW route where it's like you don't got to hit a finisher to finish a match. You know what I'm saying? Because granted, that was also set up with, like you said, the attack on the knee and everything from the baddies. But the fact that we got not Liv wrenching it in once, a single crap, twice, and then doing the oblivion into like one of her cleanest oblivions too, like for the roll through into a pin and then just like, oh nope, you kick out and like torque back on that bitch. Like, it's like
standing on her back.
Yeah, no, she whipped
like,
that shit back. Where it's like,
it's funny because like after Charlotte tapped, like she had like grabbed Liv's hair, and I'm like, is that like her grabbing her? I was like, bitch, get the fuck off! Like this shit hurts. Like you're doing well, but like, come on.
Yeah,
now.
I think she knew that it was because they have so much hair. Yeah, because she was tapping. And then you notice she sticks her arm out further for the ref to see it. So it might have been
I didn't see the tap initially. I was like,
she did.
Like, watching the replay, I was like, oh damn,
she was like,
actually tapping. It makes sense.
Like, yeah. But yeah, definitely enjoyed that. Great match from both of them. The last mid that I had, just because of predictability, mostly.
Is this mid or I might have this as primo?
Mid scale, yeah. Well, mid scaled up, yeah. Like I said.
Yeah, I'm saying you itemized this, and I'm like, I probably might put this as primo.
Yeah.
It is predictable, but I'm like, what was predictable about it? Go ahead. You're talking about Cody retaining against Gunther.
Yeah, just to go to your point, because obviously in the ring, of course it was predictable. Of course he's retaining, but like you said, the one thing that was story driven, like I would
have been surprised if Gunther was pulling it off.
Okay, but I mean, right before Night of Champions, I would have been surprised. But either way, we got the stipulation that Gunther asked for last week, which was having Sami Zayn as special guest referee. Great match because we know that they gave us the meat of like the entire match, like 15.
It was 30 minutes. It was
the first match.
It was commercial free.
Yeah, so it was 30 minutes that first part.
All in totality, from like them restarting the match, I believe was 30 minutes.
Oh, okay, so the total was 30, but yeah, so we get probably 21. The first match was 21 minutes.
20 minutes,
yeah, exactly. And then because you got to go into the segment backstage and all that stuff. Yeah. But either way, the first match ending with Cody winning with a fast count from Sami because Sami, or excuse me, not Sami, but
he pulled out the ref.
Yeah, he pulled out the ref
for a 3 count. Like
that's because Gunther hit Sami with a power bomb.
I'm believing Sami is the last good guy. He tried to be impartial as best as he could, but again, Sammy's also being a hothead right now, and irrational. Where I'm like, bro, like, you're setting yourself up, and you're losing your temper you're putting yourself in these situations where, like, it's making it hard to agree with you. I understand where you're coming from, but you're not doing anything conducive, kayfabe wise, as far as like making me believe that you're the last big guy.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we get Gunther complaining like, "Hey, that was a fast count. That was some bullshit." And Cody also
Nick Aldis to restart the match.
Yeah, and Cody was calling for it also in the ring. Like, I don't care about that fast count shit.
The match restarts, and then all of a sudden, after Gunther takes out Sami backstage in the gorilla, Sami comes back. I blame Nick Aldis, and I'm a Nick Aldis fan. I think
you can't physically stop him.
I think he's the best GM. So. Just slide your feet, man. Basketball defense, bro. Just slide your feet. The door is fucking that big. And what do you got? You got all that muscle in the suits. You ain't nothing.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You ain't nothing.
You can't do that. I'm just saying you can keep
saying
that, but you can't do it.
No, I get it. But
even in kayfabe, you can't do that.
I get it. From like a wrestling perspective, Nick Aldis GM is different than Nick Aldis the wrestler. Like, I get it. Like his rating goes from an 87 to a goddamn 56. I get it. Sammy comes out, running out, slides into the ring, haluva kick Gunther, ding, 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 ding.
Which honestly, you could say he was aiming for Cody because Gunther had him in a sleeper hold in the corner. And when he did that, Cody jumped out the way.
You can argue
he was aiming
all
for
the
Cody.
right to hit to haluva kick. Or it makes all the sense for Sammy to haluva kick Gunther after Gunther fucking jumped him backstage.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're disregarding his decision. Because that was whole Sammy's premise. It was like, you're disregarding my whole premise of my decision. You're undermining me as a ref.
You don't know how to ref, Sammy. You fast counted. Like, remember Bianca said the same thing.
He's been in the goddamn. You can't tell me he don't know how to ref.
He don't know how to ref.
Business for 25 plus years. He knows how to ref.
Bianca don't know how to ref. Remember, that was part of the damn story. She was like, I can't do this shit. Like, just because you're a wrestler don't mean you can ref. Like, it's a technical skill. But yeah,
I put it as primo because I really enjoyed it. I think you called it as soon as Sammy fast counted Cody to win the match that this was leading to a triple threat. I'm like, technically, if I was to believe in kayfabe, Sammy hasn't done anything to be in a triple threat.
He's pissed off the champion.
After the second point where they restarted it and he haluva kick, I'm like, then now you can get into a triple threat. So that's why I like it. We got a triple threat set for Night of Champions: Cody, Gunther, and Sami Zayn. Sami had a backstage conversation with Jey Uso. Talking about, you ain't gonna be facing Cody. You're gonna be facing me. Who you got?
Not Sami. You talking about Night of Champions?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Cody.
You got Cody retaining?
Yeah. Right now, we ain't making predictions, so I don't got Sami.
Well, it wouldn't be no. It would be Sami, Cody, and Gunther.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's not Sami, so he's third.
Yeah.
And right now, I got Cody 1.
Okay.
They said we got more to get to.
Yeah, I mean, as far as storyline, I mean, like Jey Uso versus Cody.
Old friends,
but
former tag team champions.
I would love if Sami Zayn was able to win this, and you get Jey Uso versus Sami at SummerSlam, and at SummerSlam that title match, you get the Bloodline coming out, Jay, Jacob,
Jimmy.
Not Jay. Jay is in the match.
Yeah.
Jimmy and Jacob coming out, and they turn on Jay inside with Sami. And Sami's on the Bloodline back again, and they kick Jay out. That shit would be fire. That would be fire. So okay, it's right now. We got a week. We got a week to make a picks. I got a week to see what they do. I would go power rankings. I go Gunther, Sami, Cody.
Okay. So either way, Cody's not retaining.
Cody's not retaining, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think you got Gunther, Cody, Sami.
Okay.
Gunther, Jay. Gunther, Sami, Cody, and then Jay winning. Especially if it's Jay versus Sami, Sami is retaining that title, and Jay's getting kicked out of the Bloodline
because he lost to Sami.
No, they just don't like Jay's attitude, and Roman's made the decision.
Oh, okay,
like the Bloodline.
All right, Roman made the decision.
Roman and Jay and Roman, Jimmy, and Solo Jacob are coming out.
Oh, Roman's
and then they're at the aisleway. They're at the point where they can jump into the ring. And then Roman looks at Jimmy and Jacob, and he gives them a head nod, and they think Jay thinks he's about to get help, and then all of a sudden you get Jimmy, pow, super kick, tongue and death grip, body slam, body splash from the top rope from Jacob. And Sami getting the win, retaining his goddamn title. And then you get the bloodline with Sami, Roman, Jacob, and Jimmy, and Jay kicked out. That would be fire. Am I wrong?
No, not wrong. I just reframed it in my head. I wouldn't even kick him out as much as like, yes, they come down. He feels the presence of the bloodline. I would think Sami would go like, shit is so fucked up on SmackDown. Yeah, he's the champion, but like, this is my family type shit. Bend the knee. Like, that's what came to my mind. Like, I don't know if you lay down for Jay, but whatever that would be, he's back. I agree. He's back with the bloodline, but I don't know if Jay is necessarily kicked out. Maybe we're back to like, now Jay's on the outside. Like, you know, Jacob, like we've been telling that story with Jacob. Oh, maybe he's losing his position. So now you got Jacob in front of you and you got the WWE champion.
You don't have the jumping that I have.
I don't have him jumping.
I have blood
that's what you're
jumping
saying.
Jay.
Yeah. I'm just saying an assimilation versus kicking Jay out. But because he's still on the leash, what's he gonna do? What is Jay gonna do?
Then why are you out there as Roman Reigns, like to watch this match? Like Roman.
That's
Reigns.
what you said. I mean,
that's how I'm.
But I think, but also because of the presence of Roman, the presence of Roman is gonna get Sami to bend the knee, to like lay down if he had to. We've seen that in WCW when you just lay down. Now you don't got to do that.
If Sami is kneeling to Roman, he's doing that. See, that would be weird because I'm like, you're doing that on like a Friday or a Smack. You're doing it on a SmackDown.
That's why I said I don't know. That's why I said I don't know how it looks.
I can't see the WWE champion kneeling, regardless of his Roman Reigns, kneeling to the world heavyweight champion.
I already told you that. Maybe not literally. I told you I don't know how it looks. I just mean metaphorically. Yeah. He's going to bend the knee. So I'm like, I don't know how that looks.
He's acknowledging.
Exactly. He's just acknowledging Roman that he's still the OTC, the only true champion. And maybe maybe he does like retain against Jay, but it's like, hey, he's still the ace in the hole, whatever. You know, I mean, at that point, I don't know. It's just we're fantasy booking, but yeah. I mean, because when he had that segment, when he did talk to him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do what I got to do," yada yada. In my mind, I was like, that sowed the seeds of, it sucks here on SmackDown. I want to be with my family again. Like in my mind for Sami, you know, whether he's champion or not. Now, if he's champion, then great. You know, bringing glory to the bloodline, right? And I don't know if Roman doesn't necessarily have a problem with that because he's already honorary use. So his success is our success. That's where Hothead Jay is gonna be, you know, main event Jay or Rebel or whatever. We can spin that out from there, but I don't know.
And that's why all of this theory that we're doing right now is why I got this in primo. It's just like I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued from what I saw on Monday to what I see right now, and especially revolving around Jay. It's intriguing to me. I know a lot of people on the IWC are like tired of Jay and they're disappointed that he won this match and this, that, and third. I'm like, y'all ain't seeing the forest between the trees. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand. I understand, but like, I'm not as down on Jay as the IWC is, and I am finding the world that is revolving around him and him losing his shit is very intriguing to me.
Yeah.
So.
The last bit that I had on here was the tag team champions retaining against MFT. R-Truth and Priest getting the W against Tala Tonga and Tama Tonga with a critical roll-up from R-Truth on Tama Tonga. But really, this was also more so about continued friction, another walk-off from Tama Tonga with Solo. And I guess maybe to add extra juice to it is that Tama and Tala both left together. And Solo's at the ring yelling at them.
And Solo had a conversation with Jay prior to Jay talking to Sami, and talking about like, tell Roman to come see me if you got beef or something.
Yeah, stop sending his family to come mess with mine.
Yeah. So it's like we talked about Solo possibly having to rejoin and earn his loyalty back to his tribal chief. Again, there's a lot of interesting dynamics with the bloodline going on.
That's so big.
So big. Anything else you want to talk about from SmackDown?
No, that was it. But surprisingly good wrestling.
Really great week. Good shows. leading up to a bunch of go homes for next week as we get to what points that we're counting. Night of Champions, we're counting Forbidden Door, Great American Bash.
Slammiversary.
Yeah, we're not counting Slammiversary, but 3 points. Yeah. Great American Bash as well. So 3 points on the line next week. We have a bunch of go homes. That should be fun to make picks next week. But let's get into our champions of the week for this week.
Yeah, you go first because you actually be having them, but I actually got one this week finally.
Yeah, mine is the Rush Hour Detective James Carter. The scene where they're listening to War and Jackie ends up doing like some kung fu, karate kind of like hand gesture, and then James Carter's like, "Do that again."
Yeah, teach me that shit.
Do it again. Title to Jessica the Unknown, real name Jessica Bogdanov, which I also saw on Reddit today. I think her WWE name is supposed to be Venta the Unknown. To her unique counter, I don't know if you've seen this. This was a dark match during NXT, but she's like, I guess, like a former gymnast, and she has this move where she's in like a arm kind of lock.
Arm bar, yeah.
And she's standing up, and she kind of just like almost like double jointedly
does a stand. That's like a standing pirouette.
Pirouette backflip.
Front flip. Yeah, it's a standing pirouette that she does.
Where I'm like, I watched that. I had to watch it a couple times. I'm like, hold on.
Ballerina, maybe.
Like, do that again. Like, gymnast. Like,
do that
again. Let me see that again because that was pretty crazy to see. Pretty unique counter. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Her name is Jessica, the unknown. WWE title name, I think, apparently is Venta. Venta, the unknown. But that was a unique counter that I really like. Shout out to her, champion of the week.
My champion of the week is an actual champion. This is the Smeagol or Gollum, dual personality. We wants it. We needs it. We must have the precious. To one of my favorite characters in wrestling right now, Blackheart, Lio Rush, winning the Ring of Honor television champion, which they posted the entire match on Ring of Honor, and I watched all of it, and it was great. So, obviously, it was a triple threat, Action Andretti and the champion AR Fox.
Okay.
Yeah. Pinning Action Andretti. But, congratulations to him, and the character got recognized enough to put a title on him. So I'm like, yep, I like it. I tried to find some, out of character. You can't find no out of character shit with Blackheart. Like Blackheart is just
you gotta.
He's just like a character. Yeah, that's funny because the closest I was able to get, you can ask him yes or no questions, and he's like, yeah, just doing his character work, or no, I don't like glizzies because one of the guy was like, we're here. He's like, we've been here for a while. You get some food, or he's like, do you like burgers? No. You like, steak? No. He's like, I don't like glizzies. Just staying in character. But shouts to him. Actual champion now.
Nice. And shout out to us. The end of episode 102.
For sure.
Next week, we'll be back with 3 points on the line.
That's a lot.
Heavy predictions with next week.
I think
we have to speed run.
I think we should just do predictions and just talk about, because we were gonna watch all the wrestling, right? Yeah. So just do the predictions, and we can chew on anything that we want to chew on extra.
It's our show.
We can
do whatever we want.
Exactly.
So we'll see how that goes next week. But Moody, take us off.
Yep. Follow us here on this YouTube channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on our personal socials, and checking us with the next week, episode 103. We will find a sports stat or some type of stat.
Type of reference.
Yeah,
the number 103. We're going to be very unique at these points when we're in the hundreds.
Yeah, exactly.
Thousands.
We're going to end up doing science shit.
Oh, for sure. It's a learning moment when we do these, when we call off the episode numbers. But we'll catch off for next week. Peace.